The elevator doors won't close. A young woman steps inside. She presses one button, then another, then another. Nothing. She leans out into the hallway, slowly, and then pulls back. Fast. Like she saw something she wasn't supposed to see. She does it again. Peek, retreat, peek, retreat. Her hands move through the air like she's talking to someone. But there's no one there. At least, no one the camera can see. This footage, grainy, silent, and deeply unsettling, would eventually be watched by tens of millions of people around the world. And here's the thing. Nobody could explain it. Part 2. Who was she? Her name was Elisa Lam, 21 years old, a university student from Vancouver, Canada. She was the kind of person who could spend hours in a bookstore, who posted about her life online, who checked in with her parents every single day. In January 2013, she did something a lot of people dream about. She packed a bag and set off solo across the United States. No plan, no itinerary, just freedom. She sent photographs, she wrote updates, she was loving every second of it. And then, one day, the messages stopped. Cold. Her parents waited, then panicked. Because Elisa never missed a check-in, not once, not without a reason. Something was wrong. They could feel it. Part 3. The hotel. Her journey led her to Los Angeles, and in downtown LA, she checked into a place called the Cecil Hotel. Now, if you don't know the Cecil Hotel, let me give you a quick history. This building had seen things. Decades of crime, violence, strange incidents. A reputation so dark that locals avoided it entirely. But Elisa was a tourist, just passing through. She likely had no idea what kind of place she'd walked into. At first, everything seemed fine. She explored the city, sent photos, seemed happy. But then hotel staff started noticing things. Unusual behavior. Her roommates raised complaints. Management quietly moved her into a room by herself. Nobody thought much of it at the time. Nobody realized they were watching the opening chapter of one of the most disturbing disappearances of the decade. Part 4. The night she vanished, the hallway is empty. The hotel is quiet. A security camera stares down at an elevator. And then she appears. Elisa steps in, presses multiple buttons, waits. The doors don't move. Then she drifts toward the corner of the elevator. Slowly, carefully, like she's trying to hide. She leans out to look down the hall, pulls back, looks again. Her hands rise into the air and begin to move, gesturing, tracing shapes, as if she's mid-conversation with someone who isn't there. And then, just like that, she walks out of frame. Gone. That was the last confirmed footage of Elisa Lam alive. Part 5. The search days passed. No calls, no posts, no sign of her anywhere. Police moved in. They searched the hotel floor by floor, interviewed every employee, pulled every record, checked the surrounding blocks. Nothing. No struggle. No witnesses. No trace. It was like she had evaporated. But then, guests started complaining about something else entirely. Something was wrong with the water. Strange taste, odd color, low pressure. Management sent someone to check the rooftop tanks, and what they found up there changed everything. Part 6. The discovery. A maintenance worker climbed to the roof. He approached one of the large water storage tanks. He opened the hatch. He looked inside, and he found Elisa Lam. The world reacted with shock, with disbelief, with 1,000 questions. The roof had restricted access, locked doors, alarm systems. The tanks themselves stood several feet tall, not easy to get into, not easy to get out of. So how did she get there? The elevator footage was released to the public. Within hours, millions were watching. Within days, the theories had exploded across the internet. Was she being chased? Was someone following her? Was it a conspiracy? A cover-up? The online world had decided this was a murder mystery. But the investigators, the ones with actual access to the evidence, were arriving at a very different conclusion. Part 7. The verdict. There was no trial, no suspect, no arrest, no dramatic courtroom moment. After a thorough investigation, examining security systems, access points, hotel layouts, witness statements, and a full autopsy, authorities ruled Elisa's death an accidental drowning. No signs of assault, no evidence of another person. The investigation was closed, and yet, the internet never really accepted that answer. People still dissect the footage today, frame by frame, still searching for the hidden truth they're convinced must be there, because the circumstances felt too strange, too inexplicable. And that feeling of uncertainty? It became part of the story itself. Part 8. The real explanation. Here's what investigators and mental health experts noted that most online commentators overlooked. Elisa had been open about her struggles. She lived with bipolar disorder. She had experienced serious mental health crises before. When experts watched that elevator footage, the same footage that sent the internet spiraling into conspiracy theories, they saw something different. They saw the signs of a person experiencing a severe mental health episode, not a supernatural event, not a shadowy pursuer, a human being alone in an unfamiliar city whose perception of reality may have been drastically altered in that moment. That's not a satisfying answer. I know that. Because we want a villain, we want a motive, we want a story with a clear ending. This case doesn't give us that. What it gives us instead is harder to sit with. A young woman who was struggling, silently, in a way that the people around her couldn't fully see. And that's the part that should stay with you. Part 9. The ending. For Elisa's family, no theory changed anything. A daughter left home. A daughter never came back. Behind every viral video and every comment thread was a real person, with a real life, with plans and dreams and people who loved her. Today, the case remains one of the most searched, most debated mysteries of the digital age. The footage keeps circulating, new theories keep appearing, and maybe they always will. But the question that actually matters, the one that gets lost in all the noise, isn't about water tanks or locked doors or missing minutes of footage. It's this. How often do we mistake someone's silent struggle for something we simply don't understand? How often is the mystery not out there, but right in front of us? And how often do we look away? This was the story of Elisa Lam.